afternoon. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care. So if you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel and then hit the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So today's video, I believe this is hair talk number 5. Y'all really seem to like these, so we can have a conversation down in the comments. So I am posting this in the morning, but whenever you're watching it, go ahead and just get into the video, get some coffee, get some wine. I have my tea that David made me. But today we are going to be talking about special occasions and natural hair. And I guess the question is that I'm going to pose is natural hair pretty enough or acceptable for special occasions? So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so everybody has their tea. I have my tea right here. David made it for me. He got all of the ingredients and started making me medicine balls from Starbucks at home. So I have my tea. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're here like for one of my first hair talks, I like to keep it very casual, very relaxed, very laid back. Have a wonderful comment section. And I actually really appreciate you guys in the comments. We can disagree, but y'all are very respectful with it. And I really appreciate that because I know, like I said before, when it comes to hair in the Black community, it is a very sensitive subject, and I know it does fuel some emotions. So I want to keep this, like I said, I typically keep it very casual. You can see I have my head wrap and I have on a PJ set. But when I tell y'all, because we're talking about special occasions, when I tell y'all I tried so hard, or I was really going to film this video in my reception dress, it's upstairs and it's ready to go, but I just decided to keep it casual. But when I tell you it was so hard for me not to do that, because I'll never wear it again. My actual reception dress is actually preserved in my closet, but my reception dress is actually hanging in our movie room. But when I tell y'all it was so hard not to throw it on, it was so hard. But anyway, like I said, go ahead and get comfortable. So I'm going to break this video down into 3 parts. The first part is going to I'm going to give y'all like 6 examples of my experience, like kind of like monumental or pivotal moments in my life, and just kind of give you a rundown. I'll put pictures right here of like what state my hair was in. Then I'm just going to pose some questions, and then I'm actually going to read a couple of comments and a couple of articles from Essence and other things like that. So let's go ahead and get into my experiences. So the very first one that I do want to bring up is my kindergarten graduation. The reason why I'm bringing this one up is because my hair was still natural at this time. We wore cap and gown, and my hair actually would not fit in the cap and gown. My mother had to use bobby pins to have it down, but my hair was in its natural state. And then what my mother did, as you can see with the video, is she just did curls. So my hair was still in its natural state. You know, a kindergarten graduation is like, you know, it's not it is monumental, but it's like one of the like fewer monumental graduations that you will go through. But I put it in this video because it is considered a special occasion. Okay, so at that point in time in kindergarten, my kindergarten graduation, my hair was still in its natural state, okay, or was styled in my natural state. The next one is going to be my high school graduation, and I will link down below my natural hair story because by high school, my hair had been relaxed for years. So I graduated high school in 2007. Now, like I said, my hair was already relaxed, but for my graduation, I wanted to make sure that I had freshly relaxed, you know, edges laid, you know, roots laid. And again, I'll put a picture here, but my hair was relaxed. And since it was a very special occasion, you know, graduating high school, getting ready to move into a next step of your life, I wanted to make sure that my hair was freshly done, okay? The next experience, okay, so I would say that this was probably 2010. I was in college. This was homecoming, and I was actually in the fashion show for homecoming. I was one of the walkers. I was a model for the fashion show for Norfolk State. Go Spartans. The director wanted straight hair. Of course, this is 2010. We hadn't really gotten into the whole natural hair era, or I will say we hadn't really gotten into a space where people were considering natural hair beautiful enough for some type of showcase or for like a gala or for a special occasion. So at this point in time, my hair was natural, but I was so newly natural that my hair was not long enough. So This is the one and only time in my life that I have had weave. So I got my hair straightened, and then I actually got, I guess, extensions or weave. Basically, I went to the hair salon, and from right here to right here, all the way around my head, they matched the weave that I bought with my hair. And I will tell you, while it looked gorgeous, I felt like I was on drugs, okay? I felt like a crackhead because every 5 minutes I was scratching the back of my neck, okay? The homecoming pageant or the homecoming fashion show happened on a Friday. The weave was out of my head on a Sunday. I couldn't take it. But I am mentioning that because the fashion show is homecoming. That is a special occasion, and the director wanted all women to have straight hair. You were not allowed to have curly hair, okay? Next is going to be Miss NSU. So I did not compete. We never got to that. I was actually on the cheerleading team, and they wanted me to, I guess, represent the cheerleading team going out for Miss NSU. My coach was actually our cheer coach. His name was Mr. Melvin. And he said to me that for the actual pageant, my hair could not be in a curly natural state. It needed to be straightened. I would say that this was sophomore year. So again, I would say that this was either 2010 or 2011. And again, I'm mentioning this because Miss NSU is a very special occasion, but I'm mentioning it because in order for me to quote unquote compete, or in order for me to win, his assumption was that my hair needed to be straight and could not be in its natural state, okay? The next one is going to be my college graduation. I graduated college May 5th, 2012. I remember that date because I was not supposed to graduate high school because I did have a cheerleading accident. That's another thing for another time. But when I tell you I walked across that stage and I wanted to snatch my degree, I was getting ready to say diploma. I literally wanted to snatch my degree and say, give it here. I have earned this. But anyway, this time, I was actually in control of my hair. I was natural, had been natural for like 2 years. I actually did an updo with my twist. I think it was more so like a Janelle Monáe. So my hair was in twist, and I think I kind of just like put it to the side. So like my graduation cap was kind of like tilted. It fit on my head barely, but it was like tilted, and I had to put some bobby pins in it, okay? I'm mentioning this one because it's very different from how my hair was in my high school graduation. Not so much different from my kindergarten, but I was natural then, and then back in 2012 when I graduated, my hair was natural in that natural state, okay? And then the last one, or a monumental time in my life, was when I got married. I got married March 7th, 2021. And my hair was in its natural state, but it was in an updo. I stretched it, and then my hairstylist did an updo. I'll show it right here. One of the best days of my life, and I would probably say one of the prettiest hairstyles. My hair was stretched, but it was stretched, but it wasn't like straight. I knew that for me, as far as my wedding was concerned, my hair being straight wasn't even an option. I would have looked crazy by the time would have gotten to the reception. I straighten my hair, if you don't know, once a year. I have heard people tell me the reason why my hair does not stay straight when it is straightened is because it's not heat trained, and I don't straighten it enough. So I just knew that for my wedding, for the optics, for the photos, I could either wear my hair curly, which I knew that wasn't going to last either, or I could wear it stretched. So I just blow dried it out, and then my hairdresser did the hairstyle, okay? Okay, so now let's move into, hold on, dinner's here. Okay, everybody has been fed. There is no shame in my game. I stay in my lane. Uber Eats and I are best friends. But anyway, so now I just want to pose a couple of questions to you. So the very first question, of course, is as a natural woman, or as someone who is natural and naturally curly, do you feel as though that when it comes to special occasions that you have to straighten or that you have to do your hair? So I'm talking about, like graduations. And as a matter of fact, when we get down into the comments or when we get down into the articles, there was a comment in one of the articles that the grandfather had died, and someone made a comment that they actually had to get his granddaughter's hair straightened for the funeral. And I just found that very interesting because, you need to get your hair done or you need to do your child's hair for a funeral. So my question is, do you feel as, and I posed a question to myself as well, do you feel as though that you need to get your hair straightened or that you need to do it for special occasions, whether that be a graduation, whether it be a wedding, whether it be, a gala, whether it be an event, whether it be a party, whether it be cocktail hour? Do you feel like as a natural woman that you need to get your hair done? To answer the question myself, no, I do not. There may be some situations, that people might request. Like for instance, I did have a girlfriend, she did have a wedding and she wanted you to either have curly or straight hair. And that's fine. She's one of my best friends. She wasn't a bridezilla and her demands on us were very reasonable. Now, switch that to like just being a regular guest at a wedding and they say, hey, if you come to my wedding, it's cocktail attire, you need to straighten your hair. You're not going to dictate how I wear my hair as a guest. That to me is a little extreme. Now, one thing that I guess you could say the caveat to that is, some people do it because they want something different for a special occasion. And that's fine. I have no issue with that. My issue is when someone feels like they have to straighten their hair or get their hair done to attend or to be accepted or to feel beautiful at this event, okay? The next question is, are we reading too much into it? Whenever I do these hair talks, I'm always looking for topics because like I did with the very first one with the babies and weave, I've seen that before. But the one about hairdressers, sneaking relaxers and things into people's hair, I didn't even know that was an issue. So whenever I'm looking up these hair talks, I'm always trying to make sure that I am being very current with the issues. And like I said, I'm posing the question to you, are we just reading too much into this? Are we being hypersensitive? Do people not even care how you really wear your hair to the event? Are we reading too much into it? Let me know in the comments. The next question is just simply your opinion. Do you think that curly hair or natural hair is beautiful or pretty enough to be showcased at a special event? Y'all know my answer. My answer is going to be yes. There are so many things that you can do with natural hair when it comes to a special occasion. One of my, I guess you could say, hair crushes, especially when she's on the red carpet, is Janelle Monáe. She has definitely put embellishing or adorning your crown, as I say. When she gets on the red carpet, she has definitely put natural hair on the map when it comes to that. I've seen her with sparkles. I've seen her with rings. I've seen her with pearls. I remember this photo, if I can find it. She had like a really high top knot, and then she had pearls like all in it. And then I think she had like some little tendrils coming down. I thought it was just so gorgeous. And then it fit exactly with her aesthetic. She had a gorgeous dress on, makeup flawless as usual. And then she just had this glorious top knot with all of these jewels and all of these embellishments on it. I didn't really think there was a need for her to straighten her hair, for her to quote unquote do her hair. I think that it fit her. I thought that she looked gorgeous and I thought that she was dressed for the night. I don't really think that you need to straighten your hair for a special occasion. If you hear all that screaming, that's Aiden upstairs. He's playing video games. Him and his friend. I think it's on the PS5 or something. I don't know. He's really into it. But I don't feel as though that here we are in 2022 or really even in 2021 that we need to do our hair or straighten our hair for a special occasion. Like I said before, if it's that you want something different, then by all means, I understand that. But if you're being pressured into getting your hair done for a certain occasion, that's where my problem lies, okay? And then I do want to ask this question because this will segue us into the articles that I did find. And one of the questions which I always ask whenever we start talking about these hair talks, and I especially asked it in the very first one when I was talking about babies and weave. When we are moving about in our lives, especially as a Black woman who has natural hair, and you have a daughter, she is going to absorb everything that you say, everything that you do, whatever it is you are wearing. She's a sponge. She's going to absorb it. So my question is that Are we teaching our daughters that in order for her to go to a special event, or in order for her to feel beautiful or look beautiful for a special event, that her hair has to be done, that it has to be straight? Are we teaching our daughters that? And the reason why I'm asking that question is because when we get into the actual Essence article and some articles that I found from other people, there was actually a comment in one of them that the mother didn't realize that that's what she was doing, to the point where they were getting ready to go somewhere special, and her daughter told her, well, mommy, you have to do my hair because we're going someplace special. Her daughter picked up on that. And her daughter, I would probably say, was probably younger than, I would say 12. I would give her anywhere between 7 and 10. And the mother had to sit and take stock of herself and think, well, every single time it's time for us to go somewhere, it's time for us to do something special, I have straightened her hair, or I have taken her to get her hair done. Okay? So that's my question that I am posing to you. As we are walking about in our lives, and as we are, showing and teaching our daughters, are we teaching our natural daughters that they need to get their hair done when it comes to a special occasion? Okay? Now, let's move into an article that I found. It is on curlynikki.com. I will link it down below. So, there is a woman by the name of Avian Dugas. Again, I'll link it down below. Apparently, she has the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's largest fro. Absolutely love it. Didn't even know there was a Guinness record for that. This is the comment that she put on Twitter. It says, please stop straightening your child's hair for special occasions. It's sending them the message that when it's time to look special, you need straight hair. That goes for the grown women too. You will look just as beautiful with your natural hair in its natural form. You're welcome. And the person who put the article on curlynikki.com said, I don't know if the you're welcome rubbed people the wrong way, but she got comments of hate and comments of love. So let's go over some of those. So the first comment on her Twitter, because I don't know how Twitter works, so the first comment on her post was, I'll do it whenever I feel like it. That person is like, listen, you're going to get what you're going to get on that day, okay? The next person, it says, how about girls do what they want with their hair? All they need to know is they are beautiful and special, natural, or whenever they want their hair to be. Do what you want, not for anybody else. Completely agree with that. Like I said, again, my issue is not the person who just wants something special for a special occasion, something different. My issue is with someone who is either being pressured or they're made to feel like in order for them to be beautiful or to attend that special event, their hair has to be straight, okay? The next comment. This is exactly why I didn't straighten my hair for my wedding. Straight hair is not necessarily for special occasions, but for random days where rain is not in the forecast. That I completely agree with, because I'm going to tell you right now, even though I only straighten my hair once a year, it takes me all night and all day. If it's raining outside and I have to go outside, I'm going to be pissed, okay? This one right here is the next comment. It said, had the same thought and conversation with my daughter when I returned to natural. I apologized for making her think that her hair should be straight for special occasions. So that's another person who had to sit and take stock of themselves and realize the message that she was sending to her younger daughter. Another one. Glad you said this. I was graduating from 8th grade and wanted my hair to look special, so I had it relaxed. And remember, I told y'all when I graduated from high school, my hair was already relaxed, but I wanted to make sure that it was freshly done for graduation. So continued this for 20 years, been back to natural for 4 years now. My natural hair is so much more special. Okay, so after she got some hate, I guess she retweeted or put another post up, and it reads from Miss Dugas, nothing against straight hair. Healthy hair should be the ultimate goal. I love hair regardless of the style, but to think that special, your hair has to be straightened. I think it's warped and conditioned way of thinking. And then she throws up this emoji, okay? And I want to get to the comment that I was telling you about before, about how her daughter thought that her hair had to be straightened for special occasions. Okay, so it says, made this mistake with my daughter, and now she refuses to wear her hair in its natural state. I'm a witness. This is a huge mistake. And that's what I was referring to before. What type of message are we sending to our daughters when it comes to straight hair and special events? Okay, so the next article I just want to really quickly go over. It is on naturallycurly.com. I will link it down below. This is back in 2017, and it is by Desiree Johnson. So she is kind of like, not necessarily in the same boat, but she has kind of had the same experience that I have had. So, you know, graduation, homecoming, special events, she felt as though she actually had to get her hair straightened. Even so that people were approaching her to get or to straighten her hair for her. And I have actually had people say that for me as well. You know, in college, when we were getting ready to graduate, hey girl, you know, do you want me to straighten your hair for you, you know, for graduation? No, I'm fine. I had made it up in my mind that for my college graduation in 2012, I was going to be natural no matter what. I had made that decision up months and months and months ago. As a matter of fact, the couple of days before graduation, I helped one of my LSs comb out her dreads, and she just wore a full fro, and she was happy with it. Now, she goes to say, you know what, for my college graduation, I'm not doing this. She was like, I don't want my hair to get damaged. I've been natural. I don't want my hair to get damaged. I'm just gonna rock it full out. And she looked absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I will link the article down below. But again, it's just the pressure of, you know, feeling like you have to straighten your hair when it comes to special occasions. You know, people approaching you, you know, oh, you know, we can go ahead and get your hair straightened, you know, grandma's graduation is coming up, or, you know, ooh, you know, we have this gala coming up, or, you know, ooh, we have this party coming up. Why don't we go to the hairdresser and get your hair straightened? You know, why is that now the thing that we go to? Like I was saying before with the Janelle Monáe and other stars as well. It's just that I love Janelle Monáe when it comes to her fashion sense, and I just love how natural she keeps it. And really, I love her black and white fashion. But like I said, I have no issue with someone who wants something different when it comes to special events. I just don't like it when people feel as though that they have to do something or they have to get their hair done for a special occasion. I want to say Miss USA or Miss America a couple years back. First of all, she was chocolate, like dark chocolate. And I believe she had like a short buzz cut. And she was absolutely gorgeous. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up. Not promising that, but I'll put it up if I can find it. And I think it wasn't Miss USA, but I want to say Miss North Carolina a few years back. She had her hair in her curly state. So I think that we have come a long ways. And, you know, there's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be someone who says, well, I think you need to straighten it. We don't care. But that is all that I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what your experiences are. Let me know if you have ever felt pressured or felt as though you had to straighten your hair or get your hair done when it comes to a special occasion that you were attending. And it could be something as simple as happy hour. It could be something as simple as a cocktail party, a day party, just anything. Put it down in the comments. I just want to remind you that here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And then, of course, you know, right here, I'll put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Bye.